What is up, iPad Focus fam? Get ready, because the news cycle is absolutely exploding, and we've got the absolute latest, hottest takes dropping right here, right now. You do not want to miss what's happening across the tech universe. We're diving deep into some game-changing moves that could redefine how we interact with our favorite devices and even impact global markets. From massive shifts in manufacturing to exciting new product possibilities, buckle up, because this is iPad Focus, and we're bringing you the unmissable updates you need to stay ahead of the curve. Let's go. First up, are the robots finally taking over? We're hearing whispers that a tech giant is demanding its suppliers go full automation, making robotic production a non-negotiable for future contracts. This could be a massive shakeup for manufacturing as we know it, aiming for ultimate quality and efficiency. What does this mean for production lines and the future of labor? We've got the inside scoop. Next, we're talking about a must-have accessory that's just dropped to an unbelievable price. If you've been eyeing that premium look and feel for your wearable tech, this could be your chance to snag something truly special without breaking the bank. We're breaking down the details on this incredible deal that you won't want to miss. And that's not all. We're also looking at a potential game changer in the smartphone arena, a new device concept that could revitalize a whole product line and capture new markets. Plus, we've got a surprising forecast from the agricultural sector that's making waves. Stick around as we unpack all of this and more. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. The automation uprising begins. Apple is reportedly making a monumental shift in its manufacturing strategy, with insiders suggesting the tech titan is now mandating robotic production for its suppliers as a key condition for securing future contracts. This aggressive push toward automation, detailed by DigiTimes, signifies a dramatic escalation from Apple's previous efforts to integrate robotics into its vast supply chain over the past 2 years. The move is strategically designed to drastically reduce dependence on manual labor, ensuring unparalleled consistency in product quality across all manufacturing facilities, and ultimately driving down long-term production costs. Furthermore, this initiative aligns with Apple's broader objective to diversify its global supply chain and lessen its reliance on any single region, particularly China. This alleged automation mandate is not confined to a single product category. It reportedly spans Apple's entire ecosystem, including the highly sought-after iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple Watch lines. A significant departure from its prior practices, Apple now expects its manufacturing partners to shoulder the full financial responsibility for these extensive automation upgrades. This means suppliers must fund their own robotic systems and infrastructure, rather than relying on Apple for financial investment or subsidies for the necessary capital equipment. This policy shift places a considerable financial burden on suppliers, potentially impacting their profit margins due to the high initial capital expenditure required for integrating advanced robotic systems. The integration process itself can also lead to operational disruptions, further straining profitability for some partners. Apple's rationale behind this stringent automation requirement is multifaceted. The company ostensibly hopes that the widespread adoption of robotics will standardize manufacturing processes, enabling more efficient and precise operations. It aims to digitize quality inspections, minimizing human error and ensuring a higher degree of accuracy. By reducing the impact of labor shortages, which can be exacerbated by geopolitical instability or logistical challenges, Apple seeks to create a more resilient and predictable production environment. The implementation of consistent processes is crucial, especially as Apple brings new suppliers into its fold, ensuring they meet the same high standards from the outset. Ultimately, this drive towards automation is a critical strategy to mitigate the complex challenges associated with maintaining consistent build quality, as production increasingly becomes distributed across multiple countries and facilities. The long-term vision is a hyper-efficient, quality-controlled, and geographically diversified manufacturing powerhouse. This significant policy change has sparked considerable discussion among industry analysts and suppliers alike. While some acknowledge the potential for long-term efficiency gains and quality improvements, others express concern over the immediate financial strain on manufacturing partners. The question remains whether this bold strategy will solidify Apple's market dominance or create new vulnerabilities within its supply chain. Get ready, because the implications of this automation shift are huge. Next, we're diving into a deal that's making premium wearable tech incredibly accessible. Premium wearable comfort, budget-friendly price. For those looking to elevate their Apple Watch experience without the premium price tag, Spigen's Athlex band offers a compelling alternative, now available at an exceptional value. This band, which I've had the pleasure of testing extensively, captures the sought-after aesthetic and comfort of Apple's own premium offerings, like the Trail Loop, at a fraction of the cost. Originally launched at $20, the band quickly saw its price increase and availability fluctuate, but a recent deal brings it back down to under $22, including free Prime shipping. This makes it one of the best value propositions currently on the market for Apple Watch accessories. The Spigen Athlex band is designed with a distinct nod to the popular Trail Loop style, known for its comfortable, adjustable, and durable design. While it may not possess the same high-end materials or intricate clasp mechanisms as Apple's $99 version, the Athlex band delivers a remarkably similar wearing experience for everyday use and light athletic activities. Its intuitive hook-and-loop closure allows for easy adjustments, ensuring a snug and secure fit throughout the day, whether you're navigating a busy workday or engaging in physical activity. The material composition is lightweight and breathable, contributing significantly to its overall comfort, especially during warmer weather or extended wear. My personal experience with the Athlex band has been overwhelmingly positive. I typically gravitate towards more robust metal bracelets or premium leather straps from established brands. However, on numerous occasions, particularly during hot summer days, while running errands, or even during moderate exercise, the Spigen Athlex has become my go-to choice. Its comfort level is exceptional, preventing the irritation or discomfort that can sometimes accompany prolonged wear of other strap types. The band's flexibility and softness against the skin make it a pleasure to wear, a crucial factor for an accessory that is essentially always on your wrist. This band is available in 4 versatile colors: classic black, sophisticated navy, earthy green, and a neutral gray, allowing users to match their style or mood. The current pricing represents a significant opportunity for Apple Watch owners to upgrade their strap without a substantial financial commitment. Given its blend of comfort, style, and affordability, the Spigen Athlex band stands out as a top contender in the mid-range market. Further insights and a more detailed examination of its performance, durability, and comparison to other popular Apple Watch bands can be found in my full, tested with iPad Focus review, which provides an in-depth look at its features and real-world usability. This deal is a fantastic chance to experience premium comfort at an accessible price point. It's incredible how accessories can transform the feel of your tech. Now, let's shift gears to a potential hardware revolution brewing in the smartphone world. Apple's bold Air strategy, a lightweight gamble for market dominance. Forget the AI buzz for a moment. Apple's next big move might be a radical hardware innovation that could redefine its flagship smartphone lineup and reignite growth in crucial markets like China. The tech giant is reportedly placing a significant bet on a new iPhone Air, a device engineered to be significantly lighter and thinner than its predecessors. This strategic gamble, according to insights from J.P. Morgan analyst Samik Chatterjee, could inject much-needed momentum into what is otherwise anticipated to be a relatively flat product cycle for the iPhone. Wall Street is keenly observing this potential wildcard, with the pricing strategy for the Chinese market, a region heavily influenced by subsidies, emerging as a key determinant of its success. Chatterjee posits that the iPhone Air is Apple's ambitious attempt to revitalize its 4th product slot, a position previously held by models like the iPhone Mini and Plus, which struggled to gain significant traction. The envisioned iPhone Air boasts impressive specifications: a spacious 6.6-inch ProMotion display, a remarkably slim 5.5 chassis, and a featherlight 145-gram build, making it the lightest iPhone in years. While it may not rival the Pro models in terms of camera capabilities or battery longevity, it is expected to feature high-end components such as 12 GB of RAM and an in-house developed modem, ensuring a premium user experience. The critical factor for the iPhone Air's adoption, particularly in China, lies in its pricing. Chatterjee suggests that if Apple positions the Air closer to the $800 mark, it could qualify for China's significant 15% subsidy threshold, thereby boosting its appeal in a price-sensitive market. This pricing strategy could be the key to unlocking substantial sales volume and recapturing market share. Beyond the potential iPhone Air, Chatterjee anticipates only incremental updates across the rest of the iPhone 17 lineup. These include subtle design tweaks like a rectangular camera bump for the Pro models, enhancements to optical zoom capabilities, and increased storage options. Similarly, upcoming releases like the Apple Watch Series 11, the Apple Watch Ultra 3 with satellite connectivity, and the AirPods Pro 3 are expected to be evolutionary rather than revolutionary updates. Despite the largely incremental nature of other product updates, the potential success of the iPhone Air, coupled with possible tariff relief, could make Apple's upcoming event more impactful than initially predicted. This hardware-focused strategy, emphasizing a lighter, potentially more affordable premium device, represents a distinct departure from the AA-centric narratives dominating the industry. It underscores Apple's enduring belief in the power of innovative hardware design to drive consumer demand and maintain its competitive edge. This strategic pivot towards lighter, potentially more accessible hardware is fascinating. But our final story takes us in a completely different direction, focusing on an unexpected agricultural forecast with global implications. Hungary faces record-low apple harvest amidst weather woes. Hungary is bracing for its most meager apple harvest in recorded history, a grim forecast attributed to a combination of adverse weather conditions and a significant reduction in cultivated orchard area. Ferenc Apati, president of Fruit VB, the Hungarian interprofessional organization for fruit and vegetables, stated in a recent interview that the current year is shaping up to deliver the lowest apple yield ever documented in the nation. This projection is based on extensive surveys conducted among growers, producer organizations, traders, and processors across the country. The current forecast estimates a total output of approximately 160,000 tons of apples for the year. This figure represents a stark contrast to the previous year's yield, which was already considered historically low, with this year's harvest expected to be roughly half of that. Breaking down the projected tonnage, only an estimated 60,000 to 80,000 tons are expected to be suitable for direct consumption in the fresh market. The remaining 80,000 to 100,000 tons are earmarked for industrial processing, primarily for juice concentrate. This imbalance means that table apple production is anticipated to reach only 55% to 65% of what is typically achieved in a good year. Simultaneously, the yield for industrial apples is projected to be exceptionally low, hitting merely 20% to 25% of its usual potential. This projected output falls considerably short of meeting domestic demand. Hungarian consumers typically require between 110,000 and 120,000 tons of table apples annually. Furthermore, processing plants have the capacity to handle a much larger volume, around 350,000 to 400,000 tons. Ideally, both the fresh market and the processing sector should be supplied by at least 90% with locally grown produce. However, the current forecast makes this scenario highly unlikely. The decline in apple cultivation area is also a significant contributing factor. Apples are currently grown on approximately 20,000 hectares in Hungary, which is half the area that was under cultivation just 2 decades ago. Despite this reduced land base, the production potential in a favorable year still stands at around 500,000 tons, with about 120,000 to 130,000 tons designated for the fresh market, and 370,000 to 380,000 tons for processing. Fruit VB attributes the poor outlook primarily to a series of damaging weather events. Key factors identified include severe spring frosts, a noticeable lack of sunlight during May, and intense heat waves experienced in June. While the growing and ripening processes have proceeded at a normal pace this year, unlike the accelerated schedule observed last season, Fruit VB cautions that the final yields and the proportion of apples suitable for table consumption versus industrial processing could still be influenced by weather conditions in the coming weeks. Historically, Apati noted, actual yields tend to fall short of initial forecasts in 3 out of every 5 years due to the prevalence of unfavorable weather patterns. It's a stark reminder of how unpredictable nature can be. Join us after the break for a quick recap of today's top stories and your chance to stay connected with everything iPad Focus. That's a wrap on another packed news cycle. We saw Apple pushing for robotic manufacturing, a killer deal on a Spigen Apple Watch band, a potential new iPhone Air strategy, and a record-low Apple harvest in Hungary. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all social platforms to stay in the loop. We'll catch you in the next one.